Cole will be playing Sean Chipperfield should he win that match, and that will complete the last 16 lineup with Luke Gilbert facing off against Christy Caulfield. All right, you're up to date, and Declan Brennan has broken off with a sledgehammer of an opening break.
Yeah.
When we saw him in the Champions League earlier on in the week, actually, in which he was successful, he sort of returned to this front ball break that sort of a bit more traditional, but interesting to see. First time I watched Declan this weekend, he's back to that sort of quite unique front ball break right from the side, bit of a stand up on it as well, that served him pretty well last year, I thought. And yeah, interesting to see he's gone back to it.
Yeah, he's probably sticking to what's probably brought him success in the past. So, that first break, if he keeps breaking like that through the entire match, then he's going to give himself plenty of looks at first frame chances off his own break. Because obviously the way Tom breaks, he might not have broke well. I think I've watched the first game in the first event when he lost to Jez. He wasn't breaking great in that match.
I mean, I'm still not convinced that was the real Tom Cousins, honestly. It was an astonishing match in so many ways. But back to form in event 2, it looks like, for TC. Good win earlier on today.
Yeah, I think he'd come in. He won 7-0 in the first match. Can't remember who he beat in the second match.
I'll pull it up for you with our brand new live scoring setup. We've got Greg Batten 7-4 was the win that he picked up in the last 32, which is a good victory. Greg's been playing well this weekend.
Greg's been in good form for a few. He obviously got through his Champions League group, and he had a decent run in the first event. So there's not many easy matches, so you've got to play well in every match. And like you spoke earlier about, another upset with Christie beating Stevie Dempsey, but if I lost to Christie yesterday, and he played really well on the outside table, and he was breaking so well. So it doesn't surprise me now when players.
Yeah, shock. It's all relative, isn't it? Shocks aren't that shocking sometimes.
Yeah. To pool players, it might look like a shock to people that are not out there and playing these people, because you know what they're capable of.
Yeah, well, these two both know what it takes to win massive tournaments with Ultimate Pool, and they'll be both thinking exactly what you just said. I mean, the last 16, I can win this tournament now. I mean, they think it from the prelims, but last 16, there's definitely a real sniff of it.
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like Tom's found his break. If he breaks like that, and
bit more like it, isn't it?
Yeah, that is the normal Tom Cousins break.
Speaking of breaks off, and I noticed when I watched you yesterday, I know you've got you're a bit of a Swiss Army knife of a breaker. You've got all the options, but the one that you've been using this weekend, where you're having the cue ball as wide as possible, but you're digging in your fingers around the sort of the rubber at the pocket to get as smooth a cue as possible. How long do you have to work on that? Because that looks just uncomfortable to do. And obviously you want to be comfortable, obviously bridging and all the rest of it.
Yeah, is that I mean, obviously I've too many breaks. But I've probably picked them up over the 100 of years I've been playing this game.
We're sort of bridging over the thumb, under the finger, and the rest of the fingers are jammed in the pocket.
Am I doing the cup break?
Yeah, from the cup break.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I don't know. I probably. Yeah, it's just came to me naturally. I think a lot of people
just experimenting.
Yeah, just experimenting. A lot of people like to have the cue ball a little bit behind the bulk line to have a better look at the second ball. Maybe there's a better place for me to put the cue ball. I haven't, because I don't use the cup break that often. I haven't really experimented too much with it. I just kind of sometimes go to it if I feel like the ball's not coming out nice with the front ball, or if I'm not hitting it right. Kind of what Tom did in his first game. He went to a cup break against Jez, didn't he?
Yeah, he certainly did. And I mean, we never thought we'd see the day.
No, exactly. If Tom can go to cup break, then obviously with his break, then I'm sure someone like me can. But to be fair, I actually switched to the front ball break against Christie, and the more annoying thing about the loss was I actually played some decent pool.
Tom!
He's overhit that by quite a distance, because he wanted that to be on the top cushion. So he's bad shot from Tom.
I mean, you've played out there this weekend, often with a lot of the players are saying the conditions are really tough. They're obviously sort of pristine because everything's new, but that comes with its own challenges. And you know, oh hello,
Sneak past.
oh not quite, but an example there that I think players are just struggling to control that cue ball a little bit, and it's affecting everybody from the very best in the world to obviously the ones at the lower rankings. Everyone's sort of struggling with it.
Yeah, there's been a few players that I've mentioned they have struggled with the, you know, the cloth, or you know, it's just.
How did you find it when you were out there? Okay, or?
I didn't really notice the differences in the cloth, but just the way it looks different. But in terms of playability, I didn't think it was too much different. I was more getting caught out by the match clock, shot clock scenario again, because we haven't played under these conditions since last year. So it's been maybe best part of 3 months. It just takes a bit of getting used to it again. You know, hearing the beeps and you know feeling rushed and. So yeah, I mean, obviously I played a couple of matches in the arena, won one and lost one. So it's one of them really.
Declan's looking at loss of turn. He's not hidden that red very well. Yeah. He wanted that yellow to cover the red, I think, in an ideal world, because Tom's got an up and down here for. I mean, it's not guaranteed, but I think Tom would take having this after the position he put himself in.
Yeah, he's got a pretty decent chance. It's not a big target, but you'll definitely be looking at maybe using the side cushion to make it a little bit of a bigger target. And he's going to have a semi-difficult black too, depending on if he's using.
Oh, it slid an awful lot, didn't it?
Oh, that's even worse. He's actually bumped the yellow so that it goes past the red now, and this should be 2-0 to Declan.
Yeah, missed that by a long way in the end, Tom Cousins. And you could just see the pace he played it. The slide was really, really obvious. It's especially obvious on those sort of up and down shots with nothing in between.
Yeah, it was a calculated risk from Declan. I mean, I don't know if he had. Ooh, that's not the best of shots, but it should be okay. He just has to reroute a little bit now.
Yeah, a little bit careless from Declan. He may still.
There's a case of putting the one that's like closer to the pocket and bumping into that yellow, so you can knock it somewhere in the middle of the table, and that can be the connector to the ball down here. Because if he plays the plant, that other yellow could go in front of the red then if he doesn't hit it right. He's played that well. Nicely controlled.
Yeah, he has, and he just wants to leave himself an angle. The yellow at the bottom of the table actually is a good last ball, so it's not the end of the world leaving it down there, but more the fact that he had to play a good shot up to the top of the table first.
Yeah. In an ideal scenario, I mean, these two would be his last balls because he just has to drop this in for the black. But now he's played a little bit of a position shot, but it shouldn't be any problem for someone of Declan's ability or anyone at this level. And he's played it really well. Doesn't want to be too straight. Just has to force this out now. Just has to hit it a little bit harder than. Yeah, just have to hit it a bit harder than what he would have if he had a bit more angle. Yeah, 2-0.
Yeah, very nice start from Declan the Destroyer.
Speaking of 2-0, you'd think that he's going to cut break from that position.
He's looking to square the cue ball up here. Cue ball tracked right in the middle of the table, just like that. It's actually been a little bit slug rack there, I'd suggest.
Definitely a little bit of a slug rack.
But the amount of power that he gets in, because he's putting his whole body into it, isn't he? Swinging it right through from the hips.
Yeah.
And even though a lot of balls have stayed down the bottom of the table, he's managed to get something. Where I mean, look how well he's hit that break with the cue ball. I mean, that's the biggest target as a player. You know, like you just want to, if you hit a good cue ball and hit it hard, that's really job done. You can't really do much more than that.
Yeah, exactly. These even though the break didn't split as well as he probably wanted, because
come out okay.
They've come out okay. The yellows must all connect. I presume the one that's above the black goes into the right corner. If that's the case, then he doesn't have to play a single cannon.
Yeah, it may not, and if it doesn't, it definitely goes left middle.
Yeah.
So I think it's just that there's no There's no... Yeah, you can get away with not playing a cannon here, but you might just have to pick a cute route.
Yeah, and Declan's got good patterns, good cue ball control, so fully expect him to avoid having to play any kind of cannon in anger anyway. He might have to play a little nudge. Nothing where he's like blasting into balls. He's got a little bit too much angle than what he wanted on that ball, but he might, yeah, he's looking at playing this into right centre after putting this into the left corner.
Yeah, it's definitely a small reroute.
Yeah.
But he's worked it out pretty well, I'd suggest. Looks like yellow at the top of the table will be last ball.
Yeah, he's going to leave the cue ball roughly where that the yellow just above the black is. That'll give him a nice natural angle just to swing the cue ball over towards just above the right middle, I'd say. There's a big area there where he can't snooker himself. So he's actually picked a decent pattern here, and that's not the best shot. He just wanted to make sure that cue ball went past the red there now.
Well, it doesn't affect him in terms of the shot he's got to play. He doesn't have to do too much with the cue ball, as you mentioned. It just makes the pot a lot harder.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he plays into the top corner now and still have that same angle that presents good position on the black. Okay, so he's gone the other way, which is okay. It's a good recovery, but he just has to play a little bit more of a positional shot. But I think the angle that he's got, he's either going to he's going to play the screw back shot. Maybe, oh, he's playing after cushion. I can tell the way he's queuing up.
Yeah, he was perfect.
Yeah, pretty semi-difficult black. Just has to worry about the cue ball here. Is it? I think he can't avoid the cannon on the red below it, or can he?
Pot's there,
Yeah.
and the cue ball is well controlled. Top cap, back with the break. He's got away with that one there.
Yeah, I think he might have just hit the side cushion before the corner pocket, but he could have easily knocked it in. So yeah, I don't think it was quite going in. Maybe he could have slid in.
Yeah, I think you're right, but I mean,
Still
Tom
lucky.
knows he's...
Well, look at the layout though.
Yeah, he's got away with one a little bit because he doesn't want to be anywhere near that corner pocket.
No. Yeah, you can't ask for a better layout than these anyway.
And sometimes these are little runs that you need just to get yourself into a game, into a tournament. You can't just win matches and tournaments but just by playing well. It's very rare that actually happens. You need little bits of help,
Yeah.
little bits of timing. Ball's coming out nice for you, bad for your opponent.
Yeah, and your opponent maybe making a mistake at crucial times. All these are little things that you sense as a player, you know.
Yeah, not getting kicked in off there.
Yeah.
I mean, the difference for TC between going 3-1 and a break and run and 4-0 down, having just been kicked off again and Declan to break next,
Yeah.
it's massive.
It is massive, yeah. I mean, because of that happened with Tom's break, who's to say that Declan doesn't go dry in his next break and it could be 3-2 to Tom. It's just, yeah, he's actually making it difficult for himself in terms of contacting the front ball flush, because he's not right behind it, but he's obviously found something with this break.
Oh yeah, hasn't he just?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know better than anyone. There's no right or wrong way to break. It's just about sticking to the fundamentals. Can you hit them hard? Can you get a good contact? Can you control the cue ball? And whatever happens, as long as it fulfills those three things, you're onto a winner, really.
Exactly that, yeah.
And the biggest thing as well, sorry, just to cut in there, is it needs to be repeatable. You need to be able to do it time and time and time again. And if you've got that, you've got a great break. And Declan looking to find it.
Yeah, I don't think he's been left with an easy starter, but if he can get this yellow off the red, which I expect him to. Yeah, he's lost. I'm surprised he's played it that hard though. It's still okay. He's got a yellow to the top left pocket. would have expected something a little bit easier, but the pace he's played it at, he's probably got as good as he could. Expect him to still pot this ball. Oh, he's quite a bit away there. Has he got lucky? No, not quite. Oh, the cue ball's gone enough. Has he? Where's the cue ball gone? I was looking at where the yellow was finished. Yeah, he's screwed enough into the middle.
Yep.
I was more concentrating on if those yellows that were rolling at the bottom of the table were going to tie something up down here, but that's a disaster for Declan. He did miss the ball by quite a distance for him. Left Tom with a formality of a finish.
Yeah, and that momentum change evident because Tom Cousins goes in off on that break. He could well look at 5-0 down.
Yeah.
And here he is, and he's about to be one frame behind.
Who's to say that, the frame Tom won in the last frame maybe affected Declan down on that shot. It's a lot easier to pot that ball when you're 4-0 up as opposed to being 3-1 up. So it's all these little mental battles that you have to overcome throughout a match. Obviously Declan didn't pass the test there, but he's still in the lead. It's the only mistake he's made in the match.
Let's keep an eye on the Tom Cousins break. The last one was massive. That's what he's looking for. Watch this be dry. And in off. How do you like those off, man?
This is the game, isn't it? Like, he's absolutely creamed them.
That's incredible. How has he not touched a ball on the way down here? The sea's parted. It's like Moses making his way down the table.
Yeah, that's one way of describing that. Yeah. How's he not potted up? I don't think he potted a ball too.
No, it's dry.
It's dry break, and they just exploded.
That is genuinely amazing.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna go yellows. I'm assuming that yellow that's closest to the red over the middle, it doesn't quite go, so he'll just be giving this a nice little tickle. He doesn't want to hit it too hard. Yeah. I think it still goes into the same middle pocket or even the corner, so he's got choices for that. So I'm thinking put this into the left corner maybe first, and take the one to left middle, then the one on the left cushion. That's the pattern I'm looking at. Well, it's probably clearing this first, yeah. So that's got a few ways you can go here. Yeah, I'm assuming that yellow goes past the red into the right middle, because he didn't look to play the yellow off the red there, just to move it and make the pattern even easier. But it wouldn't have really mattered too much. That yellow's like in the middle of the table. He can work his way around it, but it's just us pool players trying to make the finish as easy as we can, and yeah, he obviously does go. And this is definitely going to be 4-2.
Yeah, I don't mind it from Declan. I think he's worked it around really nicely.
Yeah, no, he's picked a good pattern here. It's always hard for us to see from this angle what actually goes, but yeah.
Well, that's a nice roundabout way of saying it. Yeah, it's not easy sometimes.
No, from that angle, it doesn't look like that yellow goes past the red, but. Like I was saying, if it didn't go, he could have easily just nudged the red away from the middle pocket, make sure it did go.
In flies the 8 ball.
Yeah, obviously I wear one, and probably what happened to me. First time I wore it, I got used to it and never looked back since. But it's the first time I've actually seen Declan wear one. I don't know. Mustn't have watched too much of his matches. Another successful break. Those two reds at the bottom of the table, they do look like a plant. Or he can work his way around them to the other corner pocket. They both look like they go. So reds is going to be the choice here. Clear these 3 balls at the top of the table. Good chance here for 5-2.
Excellent chance, and the thing is when you get 2 hitters like this, and they're both in pretty good form. They're right at the top level at the moment. These two, you expect if the chances come out, it's not going to take much for either player to run away if they get the opportunities.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
because the chances just get taken. There's so few mistakes that the mistakes become so important, and whoever makes the least generally is going to win the game, because mistakes get punished. Both players have made one, I think, and that's it, and both were punished. Declan's had a little bit more run off his break, and that's been the difference, really.
Yeah, he just left himself a little bit straight on that red there, so he had to accept a bit of distance on this pot. And he's bridging a little bit now too, so I think with the angle that he's got, he has to play for the plant now. I can't see him powering this in and trying to get a cue ball behind those 2 reds.
Would be a risk, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he wants to be landing dead. Oh wow!
I'm amazed he's tried that.
Is he? He can't have tried that to land on the other side of the reds there. He didn't
I don't know if he's tried to land on the other side, but the way he's played, it almost looks like he's tried to cannon into the first one. But that would be strange.
Yeah.
I don't know, the plant's tough, but
I think if you're right
fancy Declan behind it, and he could have easily landed behind that,
Maybe the tough part is maybe controlling where the red would go, the one that he'll be contacting first.
Well, we said, didn't we, this match will probably be defined by mistakes, and that's a big one from Declan.
Indeed, yeah.
You got to say, at 4-2, to go 5-2 in front, that's a really wasted chance.
Yeah, that was a presentable chance for a 5-2 lead, and Tom will be really happy, even though he's not got the easiest of layouts. But as a player, you're just happy that you're coming back to the table when you fully expected your opponent to be clearing up.
Yeah, it almost makes you feel like a bit of a free one as well. You don't feel under as much pressure.
Yeah, exactly that. So, whilst those 2 yellows on the cushion, they do look a little bit difficult. I still expect Tom to mop these up now. Just left himself a little bit of a funny angle here. Is he going to take his medicine and screw it behind? Yeah, that'll work. So he's got one of them out.
Yeah, it's a nice shot. I think in an ideal world, he'd love to be just dead straight on this yellow into the middle, so he can just plop it in and follow in for the one up the rail, but he'll have to leave that till later.
Yeah, he could arguably bump it off now, actually, if he wanted to really bump it, but I don't think I'd take that risk personally. I'd be looking to play on it.
Bit of a free shot though, I think.
It's just, yeah, I suppose that yellow does go past the red. I didn't think at first glance it did go past.
Well, he's going to play the cannon, I think, off the one just above the break line, which really does make it a free shot. If he gets the cannon, great. And he might be on the yellow to the middle. If he doesn't, then he's almost certainly going to be on the second one in the line.
Yeah, to either of the corner pockets. It's just personal preference. I don't think there is a huge reason to move them off the rails on this table, but if they like,
if you can make your life easier like that, then
yeah. So yeah, so that's 2 mistakes for Declan and 1 for Tom. You can't really class the in off Tom's last break as
No,
a mistake.
you can't.
That was
That would be incredibly cruel.
So we'll the mistake counter is 2 versus 1.
Yeah, and it's Declan who's in front. He has had more chances, but he has made more mistakes.
Yeah, that's the game for you.
You know, a bit really strange one, but it could cost him. It could really cost him.
Yeah, it could do. Yeah, that poor decision to play the shot the way he did. I can only assume like the plant wasn't like fully set, and if it wasn't straight, you know, where was that? The red that he was going to contact first, where was that going to end up? That maybe could have played into his thinking.
Extension call.
So Tom's hit another good break here. He will have to go yellows. He's not got much of a choice. I think he would have gone. To be fair, the reds went too, but they all had pockets. He got lucky. Oh yeah, he has got lucky there. That could have been a disaster. Well, if you can float this in, maybe up and down the table, try and leave the cue ball. I don't know if you can hold it. It's got quite a bit of angle here, so if you can hold it, it's great. If not, you can go up and down the table, down the middle with the cue ball. Yeah, just like that. You don't want to cannon anything. Oh, they'll be lucky if that yellow still goes.
Oh,
I think it
he's
does.
feathered the red, hasn't he?
I think the match is turning now, Jamo. I think
It's very possible.
And he'll be sensing that too.
Had a result, by the way, over on table number 3, and it's a big one. Phil Harrison's run at Pro Series Weekend 1 is over. Chris Day has won a Hill decider. Massive result that for CD. Can't help but be really pleased for Chris there. Super player who has struggled to make his presence felt at times in the Pro Series. He's had some tough defeats to come back from, but he's got over the line against one of the best players in the world in a Hill. You got to take those, and he's the first player through to the quarterfinals. Dylan Leary, Scott Gillespie currently locked at 5 each.
Yeah, big result.
And it's, I can tell you actually, it's going to be a 6-red shootout between Dylan and Scott.
Right.
And that's fun.
Who do you, I mean, I think I've seen. I don't think Dylan likes the 6-red.
No, I don't think Scott does either.
Right.
Scott's precise words to me yesterday, in fact, when we were watching a 6-red shootout, as TC drops in the 8-ball there, was, I love the 6-red shootout. I just don't want to play in them.
He loves watching them.
He loves watching them. He just never ever wants to play in them.
Yeah.
And Scott very nearly got it.
Right. So you probably maybe leaning towards maybe Scott then.
What a break, by the way. This is from Declan Brennan.
Yeah, another one where the cue ball just gone straight down.
So Scott Gillespie's about to break off in his 6-red shootout. We won't commentate you through it, but if you do want to go and watch it, it's on table 2. It's come out nice. I'll let you know the time in, well, about 25 seconds, I reckon.
Yellow ball's in play.
Yeah, roughly 23 seconds for Scott Gillespie, and a miss in there as well on his second last red. It could have been even quicker. He was absolutely flying there.
Potentially a 19-20 second if it wasn't for that miss, and it was a pretty easy ball that he missed too. But obviously nothing's easy.
Yeah, I was going to say we'll give him a little bit of slack, eh?
He might have a go at me.
Yeah, I reckon if you gave him literally more than half a second to line up that shot, he never ever misses it. But yeah. Flying around the table, anything's possible in a 6-red. Declan in on these yellows, and he's already done the hard work, it feels like.
Yeah, I can't see anything going wrong now. This is looking like 5-4 to Declan.
You talk about that momentum swing, which was palpable. Felt like the run was going with Tom Cousins, and Declan was just struggling to just get himself back in the match, having been 4-2 in front. Well, a great break, a good chance, and all of a sudden it swings the other way. This is what can happen in great matches when you're never quite sure who has it. That's when you know it's a good match.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Tom will be thinking, he's made a mistake. As Declan, is he deserving of this chance? But I think it's one of them, isn't it? Because he's hit a really good break. You probably do expect balls to be potted and, probably a presentable chance to be laid out for the player. And that's what happened there. Really good break.
But
So Scott probably went into that sixth red in a much better frame of mind than.
then pumps in a good time, puts Dylan bang under it. Great break from Tom Cousins, meanwhile. Oh, no way. No way, Arfan. You're joking.
Two really unlucky enoughs off the break for Tom.
I mean, that's incredible. Look at just watch the cue ball. Don't watch any of the ball, just watch the cue ball. Right in the middle of the table, bang. We'll give you a little push in as well.
Yeah.
Helping on its way.
Again, moments into it, Declan will be sensing, things are happening. He's made a couple of mistakes. Tom's had a couple of unlucky enoughs off the break. He's actually made more mistakes than Tom in this match, and he's still probably gonna, it's a bit too early to say he's gonna run out fairly comfortable. He's gonna have a 6-4 lead if he mops these up, but yeah, you just sense these little things happening for you. So if he gets through this match, he will definitely be thinking, could this be my moment?
Yeah, without question.
I can't see much going wrong here. Look at the yellows here. It's just basically three or four rolling shots left, barring a bad miss, which you can't see happening. Looking like it's going to be 6-4. It is 5-4 at the moment. I don't think the scores have been updated yet, but and just the easy stuff left for Declan. A 6-4 lead, and he's going to have 2 breaks at least to win the match.
And the way he's been breaking, you've got to fancy him. You have to.
Tom will be fearing the worst now, because Declan's not really given much. I don't know if he's broke dry yet, has he? Big break again. Oh,
There's the nudges. He's got work though.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a cluster on the right hand side cushion at first glance. If the cue ball stayed on the table for Declan, wouldn't have deserved an enough there, because he's controlled the cue ball really well off the break again. He will be looking reds. I think what he'll be thinking is maybe pot the one into the right middle, play the plant, and then he's got a good angle on the one to the top left corner pocket to try and bump the bad red out. He almost missed that. He's actually, because he's hit it a bit too hard, his cue ball's gone a bit further forward than what he wanted. He can't play the shot I just spoke about there. I don't think that red doubles. I think the yellow maybe is too close for it to double into the.
Well, it looks that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. Bit of work to do here now. I don't think he can pull back. Yes, he is pulling back. How long's left?
17:21.
Interesting choice.
I think in an ideal world he wants to have left the red that he's just played there as possible.
Yeah, no, I think.
And then he's got a cannon to play next time he comes to the table, because yellows are horrible. He's left Tom no shot here.
Yeah, no, I think that was a complete legit ploy there from Declan to tie the table up. That's why I kind of asked like how long's left. Still quite a bit of time left, so Tom doesn't have to do anything, stupid or try and go for a finish that's not there. He's got the numerical advantage. to make the table better for him. He has put it-
Surely he's not. Well, thin cutting over to the top right. Is that what he's played on?
Nah.
I can't see it.
Is he? If he's
But
gonna,
I don't think he's on anything else, Arfan.
if he's gonna, I don't think he can see any of the two yellows in the middle to bottom.
Well, he must have played on this then. But this is horrible. Thin cut over to the top right. Doesn't quite make the pot.
Tell you what, he'll settle for that result.
He's got second prize.
Yeah, he's got second prize, and he's not left anything easy for Declan. Can Declan play this red off the yellow? But he can't. I don't think he can play it in a way where he can free up the other red. He's gonna just take the bag, which is, don't see much point in doing that. Let's try to play the other way. See, now Tom's definitely ahead. He just has to flick this ball out now. Could play a snooker. Be tempted to like flick the bad yellow out. I don't know if you can avoid the yellow that's like on the blue spot. That's probably the only reason he's not playing it. Interesting. He's spotted it. What is his plan for that yellow?
I was hoping you'd be able to give me some kind of answer. Because answer's on a postcard, if not.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is maybe roll... Oh, is he screwing back into it? This is a...
He's not got the full bag here either.
Wow.
What a shot.
It's a brave shot. I think probably deserved better, but...
Has he now got a double at least to top left, I wonder?
Yeah. Oh, he can screw back. It's quite a brave attempt to go for the finish from where he was. Because he was ahead in the frame.
Yeah.
And there was plenty of time left on the clock. So here, he'll be hoping to cannon either red or yellow. Oh, brilliant, Tom.
What a shot.
Cracker. He's hit that so pure. He deserves to get this finish now, because it was a brave finish. You know, not many players would have gone for it from that 6-4 down. He's had to play some difficult shots. Fair play, and this is another difficult shot. This is the only thing that can go wrong now. I did expect him to get that, but you know, some of the shots that he's played to get that far.
Yeah, I mean, look how well he's cued this.
He hit that as good as he could. Maybe.
And, you know, it's very rare you see TC ever miss a pot. And especially one like that, you just fancy him on those.
Yeah, especially on these tables too. They're a little bit kind down the rail. I fully expected him to knock that in.
Yeah, they're not that kind though.
No.
he did miss that one.
Yeah,
it's nice to see it stay up.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I did think about going, like it was wiggling around in the pocket, but yeah, I can't see Declan making a mistake here now. I was actually hoping Tom, obviously nothing against Declan, get on well with both of them, but everyone loves to see a deciding frame, you know, especially a match of this magnitude. You want to be there.
Well, it looked like it was on, didn't it, for a bit?
Well, yeah, if Tom mopped them up, he had the break. Could have been a 6-all scoreline, but, well, what ifs now? Formalities for Declan to wrap up a pretty good win. Looking back, you know, a couple of mistakes that he's made, but overall he'll be happy with the way he's playing. You know, he's breaking really well.
Yeah.
He will be a danger, so...
Oh, absolutely he will be. No question about that. Declan Brennan does it again over Tom Cousins. He's got a good little record against TC at the moment as the destroyer. Declan Brennan wins through and heads on in to the next stage of the Ultimate Pool Pro Series. We've still got loads for you to come.